listening to 102.3 The Eagle.
You're listening to the Eagle 102.3 and Eric Clapton. Slow hand himself. And after midnight, it's 11:26. It's Stormer Dawn. It was on this day in 2010 that Eric Clapton announced he was to sell off part of his extensive guitar collection to raise money for his Crossroads Rehab Center in Antigua. Now, the highlights of the sale would include a guitar Clapton played at the Cream reunion show in 2005. It was estimated to sell for more than 13,000 pounds. And the sale to be held by Bonhams in New York would also feature a vast collection of amps and speakers, including a pair of Marshall speaker cabinets. Wouldn't you just love to own something that was once belonged to Eric Clapton? All right, as we move forward, we've got the Restaurant Roundup coming up in just a few minutes. Elmer's going to run through all of the great places that you can eat in Polk County and surrounding areas. But right now, we're going to tell you about this, just to get your appetite going.
I want to invite you to Patron Mexican Grill in Livingston, serving authentic Mexican food and Tex-Mex favorites, as well as steaks, chicken, seafood, soups and salads, and a full bar with East Texas's best margaritas, and happy hour every day and all day Thursday. At Patron Mexican Grill, everything is made from scratch using old family recipes. Patron Grill has daily lunch specials every day except Saturdays, voted best enchilada, best fajitas, best salsa, best queso, best bar, best margarita, and the best Mexican restaurant on the Reader's Choice Awards for the last 2 years. It's the best place in Texas for fajitas and Ritas. Patron Mexican Grill and Cantina in the Brookshire Brothers Shopping Center, 1301 West Church in Livingston.
7 great brands and a great selection. That's what Premier Autoplex is all about. We're all about family. We're all about customers. We have the best family in the world, 53 employees. We all come together every single morning at the flagpole. We say the Pledge of Allegiance and the Lord's Prayer. If you're not friends with us on Facebook, please go on and find Premier Autoplex and become friends with us because we do some really cool things there. And if we're not doing a good job, just let me know. My name's Lewis Ferguson. Just come find me. I'm there all the time. Let me know we're not doing a good job and we'll get better because that's what we try to do every day is just get better every single day. Come see us at Premier Autoplex in Livingston, Texas. Great cars, great service, great parts, and we got a great body shop. 7 great brands and a great selection. That's what Premier Autoplex is all about. Right here in Livingston, Texas, right south of 190 on Highway 59. You can't miss us.
Livingston Vinyl Supply has over 100 colors and patterns of raw vinyl for your projects, including foils and hologram, and all top quality and all peel and stick. Do it yourself or let Livingston Vinyl Supply complete your project. Livingston Vinyl Supply has a large format banner machine that directly prints on it, so you can get creative with your signage. They even print pictures on banners and signs. Livingston Vinyl Supply creates t-shirts, caps, koozies. They can screen print or put stickers on almost anything. Make anything extra special by personalizing it. Want to wear your school colors? Or you have a ball team needing shirts or caps? Livingston Vinyl Supply does it. Stop by Livingston Vinyl Supply and get creative. 3901 Highway 190 West in Livingston. Call 933-8844.
Welders from all over East Texas come to Double S Welding Supply to get their tools and gear because they have everything you need at the best prices around, as well as products you didn't know you wanted. Innovative welding products like the Pipeliner's Cloud. It's an umbrella sunblock that can withstand winds up to 60 miles an hour. Double S Welding Supply also carries locally made blackjack pipe jack stands with a safety pin design. They're superior to other stands and cost less. They use and abuse these products, so they know firsthand the quality of the product they sell. Double S Welding Supply now offers welding with over 25 years of experience in repair and fabricating. No job is too big or too small. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Double S Welding Supply, 1923 North Washington in Livingston. Call 327-7749.
Say so long to Louisiana, adios to Atlantic City, hasta la vista to Vegas. Because you can win big right here in the Lone Star State at Noscala Gaming. Noscala's just a hop, skip, and jump up 59 outside Livingston with nearly 800 100 of the light flashingest, bell ringingest, cha-chingingest machines around. Why go out of state to play when Noscala's got Texas-sized jackpots? Noscala Gaming. There's a reason it's the luckiest spot in Texas.
This is Drummer Don. Join me every Thursday night at 10 p.m. for the Thursday Night Album Hour. Brought to you by Shillbilly Saloon and Pabst Taps. We will highlight some of the best albums ever made on the Eagle 102.3.
Valley girls to big-haired dudes. Get Totally Tubular Tuesday at 2 with Amy in the afternoon on 102.3 The Eagle.
You're listening to the Eagle 102.3 and In My Time of Dying. This is Drummer Don. It's 11:47, time to check out the Restaurant Roundup. Elmer's going to get you up to speed on all the great places to eat.
This is the Restaurant Roundup, a listing of some of the best restaurants and diners around Lake Livingston. The Bullet Grill House, 401 Highway 156 in Point Blank, 377-5357. Friends and Neighbors Lunch Spot, 322 North Beatty, just off the Courthouse Square in Livingston, 327-7576. LeBlanc's Cajun Kitchen, 4148 FM 2457 at Indian Hills, 967-2010. Patron's Mexican Grill and Cantina in the Brookshire Brothers Shopping Center, 1301 West Church, 328-8333. And Paradise Grill on Highway 150, just off the Courthouse Square in Cold Spring, 653-4929.
That's the Restaurant Roundup. Get out and get something good to eat. As we approach the end of 2021 and all your visitors come in for the holiday, don't you want to make sure your house is just right? That's where Roy Carter from Lakeside Pressure Washing Services comes in. Roy's a veteran. He knows how to do the job right. He's reliable, he's going to show up on time, and he's going to charge you a fair price. Roy can take care of all your pressure washing needs. He's a professional and he's insured. Roy's got references and reviews. Check him out on Facebook.com/LPW Cleaning or give him a call at 832-718-2022. Roy's offering 20% off the rest of 2021. Lakeside Pressure Washing Services. 832-718-2022. When you want the job done right.
Under the mistletoe, to us, is a tradition that symbolizes love. Something to hope for, whatever the season. This is Suzette Snyder with Made My Day Cleaning Service, and I hope you will get caught under the mistletoe very soon. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Made My Day.
Join us for the annual Christmas on the Square in Cold Spring. Christmas on the Square is a day full of family fun, shopping, and entertainment. The event includes a variety of seasonal activities, including pictures with Santa. There's all kinds of vendors on the Courthouse Square, and of course, a lighted parade. There are several musical and visual performances throughout the day. Join us for the annual Christmas on the Square in Cold Spring on the Courthouse Square.
Our live broadcast is brought to you by Cold Spring Farm and Ranch, Bear AC and Heating, Frank's Liquor Store, Lakeside Building Supply, Franklin General Store, Sam Houston Electric Cooperative, Wayne's Tire and Auto Repair, Maddox Real Estate and Property Management, Premier Autoplex, Frontier Tractor Parts, Cold Spring Veterinary Clinic, and Wolf Creek AC and Heating.
At Whataburger, how do you make something that's already fresh even fresher? By adding fresh new things, like crisp pico de gallo for a little kick, and creamy cilantro lime sauce for that extra whoa, and pepper jack cheese because, of course, all on top of 2 fresh beef patties, or with chicken on a brioche bun. Whataburger's limited time pico de gallo burger and new pico de gallo chicken sandwiches. Good thing for fresh things. Good thing there's Whataburger. Available by dine-in, drive-through, curbside, and delivery. Delivery available in select locations. Fees may vary.
Kenzie's Closet in Livingston is the ultimate screen printing shop. Put your name or logo on just about anything. Whether you want one item as a gift or looking to clothe an entire baseball team, Kenzie's Closet is for you. And Kenzie's Closet is the ultimate high school logo shop. Livingston and Corrigan, Big Sandy and Onalaska, Goodrich, Cold Spring, and Leggett with lots of shirts, hats, bags, koozies, and more Kenzie's Closet at 116 East 4th Street, Livingston. Call 328-8611.
Start your weekend off right with Friday Night Live. Every Friday with drummer Don and Mark. 102.3 The Eagle.
Best party ever! Wow!
KETX AM 1440 and K272FY FM 102.3 Livingston, The Eagle.
TSN News, I'm Russell Scott. This is the Midday Report for December 9th. First, it surfaced in Houston. Now the Omicron variant of COVID has surfaced in North Texas. John Little has the details for us.
The 2 cases of Omicron were confirmed through sequencing at IS Bioscience Lab in Frisco. Dr. Muhammad Ayas is the CEO.
The first patient, he had some mild symptom, cough and fever, and he decided to be tested. And when he turned out to be positive, when I had into the sequencing on him, he did not report any history of travel, and he's been in Texas for quite some time. Also, he is fully vaccinated.
He has not, however, had the booster. The second case is also in a man, a healthcare worker, who did not display any symptoms, but he had been around sick people and wanted to see if he had the virus. He did, and it was the Omicron variant. He was also fully vaccinated, but had not yet had his booster. Dr. Ayas says one lives in Collin County, the other in Tarrant County, and neither had a history of travel. John Little, TSN News.
The state today offered an update on Operation Lone Star. Lieutenant Chris Olivares says the border operation, which began in March, has been successful in intercepting large quantities of the drug fentanyl.
160 pounds of fentanyl during Operation Lone Star, only in the areas of the Rio Grande Valley, Del Rio, and Eagle Pass, Big Bend areas. But statewide, we're at 726 with a combined total of 866 pounds of fentanyl seized in the state of Texas.
The Texas Military Department says over the past 7 days, they've apprehended more than 2,600 people trying to enter the country illegally and turned back another 700. But the federal government's restarted controversial immigration protocol program is not making everyone happy.
The Remain in Mexico immigration protocol forces illegal immigrants to wait south of the border for their court hearing. Texas Republican Congressman Tony Gonzalez says it's just a big show. Only 30 asylum seekers are returned each day.
I'm pleased that they re-implemented the Remain in Mexico policy, but it has to be at numbers that can actually alleviate some of the stress put on border communities.
At only 30 a day, he says it sends the message that the U.S. is not serious about border security. In the Rio Grande Valley, there were more than 3,500 encounters last weekend from 39 different countries. In San Antonio, Michael Board, TSN News.
Still to come, the jury has returned their verdict in the Midland in a case of a police officer killed on the job. I'll have that story in a moment. This is TSN News.
Every 2 minutes, a woman in the U.S. is diagnosed with breast cancer. And in that split-second moment in time, her life changes forever. The toll of breast cancer is great. The need to support those who are battling the disease today is even greater. And that's why when others look away, Susan G. Komen leans in. We're fighting alongside patients because we know one moment can change a lifetime. Fighting breast cancer takes funding for research to discover the next new treatment, providing access to quality and affordable health care, and people willing to take action by raising funds and raising their voice to advocate for others. United by hope, we can end breast cancer. Join our fight. Save lives.
Another North Texas man has been arrested, accused of taking part in the January riot in Washington, D.C. Federal prosecutors say Facebook photos show Paul Conover inside the U.S. Capitol the day it was swarmed by protesters. Conover is accused of entering or remaining in a restricted building and disorderly conduct. He is the Dallas FBI's 33rd arrest in the riot investigation. A man from West Texas has been acquitted of murder in the shooting of a police officer.
The jury deliberated for about 90 minutes before finding David Wilson not guilty in Midland officer Nathan Heidelberg's death. Heidelberg was called to Wilson's home to check a security alarm. Wilson's attorneys told jurors that he didn't know Heidelberg was a police officer, mistook him for an intruder, and shot him in self-defense. Prosecutors offered evidence showing that Heidelberg identified himself as an officer while outside the home's front door. Chelsea Wade, TSN News.
A jury in Corpus Christi has awarded the family of 2 crash victims $301 billion in damages. Corpus Christi attorney John Flood says that's a national record, but admits the family likely will never collect. Joshua Delbosky was drunk when he hit another car, killing a grandmother and granddaughter. He also died in the wreck. Court records showed Delbosky had 11 drinks before he left a bar to drive home. With the country facing a huge shortage of commercial truck drivers, Texas is opening testing centers to allow you to get your CDL the next 2 Saturdays. John Esparza is the CEO and president of the Texas Trucking Association. He says changes in the number of CDL testing centers has limited where and when you could get a commercial driver's license.
And what it did was it took about 200 locations for the ability to do that for the skills test, down to about from 200 down to about 25 overnight when those changes were made.
To sign up for a Saturday CDL appointment, you need to go online to dps.texas.gov. Once you make your appointment, they say if you have to break it for any reason, please call and let them know about that as well. Time now for a look at TSN Midday Sports. Here's Peyton Russell.
The Dallas Mavericks ended their 3-game losing streak after a 104-96 win over the Memphis Grizzlies last night. Luka Doncic had a team-high 26 points for Dallas on 10 of 19 shooting from the court. A night after shooting 19% from three-point range, the Mavs shot an impressive 36% from downtown. After the win, head coach Jason Kidd talked about how his team was able to stay calm after things got a little chippy on the court late in the game.
A lot of times everybody wants to talk about X and O's. We talked about, pride and composure. Who's going to keep their composure here in the second half, because it is testy. A lot of times when you play a team, so close, almost in a sense of back-to-back, things get a little testy because you know what's coming. And so we did a great job in keeping our composure. We just, again, trying to find a way to win on the road. You got to play above the whistle, and I thought the guys did that tonight.
The Mavericks improved to 12-12 on the season. The Mavericks are back in action tomorrow night on the road against their former head coach Rick Carlisle and the Indiana Pacers. Staying in the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs return to the court tonight when they host the Denver Nuggets. The Spurs sit at just 8-15 on the season, while the Nuggets are 12-12. Tip-off from San Antonio is at 7:30. A big men's college hoops game early this evening as number 7 is on the road against number 23 Seton Hall as part of the Big 12 versus Big East battle. The Longhorns come into tonight's game 6-1 on the season, while Seton Hall is 7-1. Tip-off from New Jersey is at 5:30 tonight. And the Dallas Stars continue their road trip and will take on the Los Angeles Kings tonight. The Stars saw their 7-game winning streak come to an end after last night's loss in Las Vegas. The Kings have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Puck drop tonight is at 9:30. Peyton Russell, TSN Sports.
We'll take a look at what's going on Wall Street and update you on commodities as well. That's coming up after this on TSN.
What have you done for your marriage today? While you're thinking, here's what other people had to say.
My husband and my daughter and I went for a walk together.
Well, and it's going to be her birthday next week, so I've been spending time today making arrangements to make that extra special.
I called my wife on the phone and I told her, Sue, I love you. And I meant it.
I flirted with my husband like when we first got married.
I have carried my wife's purse.
What I have done for my marriage today is give my wife a break, take the kids out, have a good time so she can just relax.
I know I didn't fight.
What have I done for my marriage today? Wow. I don't know.
I cooked my husband's favorite breakfast.
I read the newspaper to my wife, and it cracked her up.
What have I done? I'm actually giving my wife the rest of the day off from me. She's going to visit with her girlfriend.
What have you done for your marriage today? Try something new to make yours great. For ideas, go to foryourmarriage.org. A message from the Catholic Communication Campaign.
Report on TSN. The annual World Petroleum Conference wraps up in Houston today, a chance for producers to size up the industry. Dr. Perryman says transition is a word you're hearing more and more.
I think many of the firms are recognizing they are needing to do things and bringing out new technologies that can produce and refine and manufacture with petroleum in a more economically friendly way with a lower carbon footprint for the future, which is very important. And some are looking at issues like diversifying into other types of fuels as well. I think the one thing that needs to be emphasized throughout all this is, despite the political pressures to the contrary, oil is going to be an important part of the energy landscape for years and years to come. If you look at the simple economics of future energy demand, future capacity for supply, you can't get away from the fact that petroleum is going to be important. You also can't get away from the fact that we have to deal with the climate. And when you put those two things together, the obvious solution is to find better ways to use oil and gas more efficiently and with a lower carbon footprint. For the Texas State Network, I'm Ray Perryman.
On Wall Street this hour, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up more than 50 points, up almost 0.15%. The S&P is down 11 points, and the NASDAQ down more than 137 points. The price of gold this hour down $7.80. Oil is down 92 cents a barrel at $71.37. In other headlines, the United States is expanding COVID-19 boosters, opening a third dose of Pfizer's vaccine to people as young as 16. The Pfizer vaccine is the only option for children and teenagers. The FDA cleared the extra dose today. The CDC still must recommend that teens get the booster, and it's not clear if teens will need one. A federal jury in Arkansas has convicted former reality TV star Josh Duggar of downloading and possessing child pornography. He was found guilty today, taken into custody, and could get 20 years in prison for each of the two counts against him. President Biden paid respects to the late Bob Dole today as the flag-draped casket of the former Kansas senator lies in state in the rotunda of the U.S. Capitol. Mr. Biden says Dole belongs in the pantheon of great Americans, saying he worked very long and hard to make Martin Luther King Day a federal holiday. More news in just a moment on the Texas State Network.
Hi, everyone. It's Rodney Anderson with Supreme Lending. I'm here to tell you there are some wonderful opportunities in today's housing market for people to go out and buy homes and get good deals. The first thing you have to do is be pre-approved up front. Sellers want to know, are you for real? Realtors want to know, are you for real? And I want you to know where your finances sit right now and what is the best loan option available for you. We handle loans for people buying primary residences, vacation homes, or investment properties. If you're in the market to buy a home, our goal is to close your purchase in 8 to 15 days. All it takes is one simple phone call to 1-800-EXPRESS. That's 1-800-397-7377. Or you can always go to rodneyanderson.com, and our goal is to close your purchase in 8 to 15 days.
With approved credit, terms subject to change without notice. Equal housing lender NMLS ID 2129. Not affiliated with a government entity. MLO NMLS ID 196730. 3000 Village Parkway, number 400, Highland Village, Texas 75077.
Recapping our top story this afternoon, the Omicron variant continues to spread across Texas. The new variant has been found in North Texas in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. One case has been determined in Collin County, the other in Tarrant County. Two cases confirmed through sequencing, and authorities say that neither of the men was suffering much. One was, in fact, asymptomatic, the other showing only mild symptoms. Both had been fully vaccinated, and neither had traveled very far. The state today offering an update on Operation Lone Star. They say the border operation, which started in March, has been successful in limiting the number of fentanyl drugs being smuggled into the United States. It also, over the past 7 days, has been successful in apprehending 2,600 people trying to enter the country illegally, and they've turned back another 700. And in Midland, a man has been found not guilty of murdering a police officer. The man said he thought the police officer was an intruder when he shot and killed him. I'm Russell Scott with your news on the Texas State Network.
That is your Texas news. Here's your weather. Right now it's 77 degrees outside. We're headed to about 80 today. Mostly cloudy. And tomorrow we've got a 30% chance of rain, 84. Looks like Saturday it's going to rain a little bit overnight and into the morning and then clear up in the afternoon to be 62. Sunday is going to be sunny and 64. Monday, sunny and 70 degrees. Once again, it is 77 right now. That weather's brought to you by Sam Houston Electric Co-op, Noskela Gaming, Owen Furniture, and Premier Autoplex.
Electric cooperatives began with a single purpose: to provide electricity for rural America. Day or night, the dedicated employees of Sam Houston Electric Cooperative work tirelessly in all types of weather to keep your lights on. You might just say we've been on call for 80 years. Sam Houston Electric Cooperative, celebrating 80 years of serving you, our members.
Say so long to Louisiana, adios to Atlantic City, hasta la vista to Vegas. Because you can win big right here in the Lone Star State at Noskela Gaming. Noskela's just a hop, skip, and jump up 59 outside Livingston with nearly 800 of the light flashingest, bell ringingest, cha-chingingest machines around. Why go out of state to play when Noskela's got Texas-sized jackpots? Noskela Gaming. There's a reason it's the luckiest spot in Texas.